What's up, you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, we are taking a look at Palantir stock. We have Palantir's earnings on Monday, so let's take a look at how can this thing be traded. Well, you don't have much time before earnings at this point because they are just right in the post market on Monday. And then we'll talk about after earnings as how technicals may look like. So how this thing can be traded, because technicals, regardless of gap up, gap down, will still play a huge role for the next coming days. So we'll talk about those cases as well. I'll also take you over Palantir options data. This will definitely give you some just insight where the traders are betting their money. It doesn't really tells you where the stock is going to go, but it just tells you just the market sentiment, right, as where the traders are betting their money. So with that, guys, please hit the like and subscribe, and also please note none of this is any financial advice. It's only for education purposes. So Palantir, if you have been following my videos on Palantir, you know I entered a short play here at 23.69 almost, and then I sized out some here, and then sized out some here at these significant levels. And then when this started to form a pivot, I was fully out of my Palantir short position. So that was my play. And for also the reasons that I was seeing a structural change that I called out, that's where you are seeing this blue box from. And I talked to you guys that, guys, this pivot it's a pivot with a strong candle as it's forming. And we went higher back to $22.94, came back down, but then found a pivot here again, right? So we have been rebounding, and that's where the structure change was about to happen. And that's why I took out all my profits in this last candle as well for whatever position was left. So, and then since then, yes, it has been going up. We have been having these higher highs, higher lows, right? So now what, you ask, Junior Trader, that what is the possibility of Palantir to do, provided we have earnings on Monday, right? So guys, before earnings, I don't expect this thing to lose $22.94. As if it loses, it can come down before earnings to $22.13, but I don't see that happening before earnings. This is still a good pivot and a breakout to the upside that Palantir has given. So if we go to the hourly interval, so in the price action, even from that blue box, you can see we found support at 200 hours moving average and have been going up and up, right? And yeah, this level, even this 23.20 and 22.92, as long as Palantir, I mean, intraday, a cool off may come to 20 hours moving average, but it's not bearish for intraday as long as it's not breaking $23.20. Now the thing is that I expect this thing to stay a little bit choppy before earnings. I would say at this point, wait until earnings happens. Now earnings can be loved by investors, or they can be hated by investors. There's no guarantee, right? Regardless of whatever the numbers are. That's why I like to wait for the technicals after that, how it forms. But yeah, Palantir is in full on uptrend structure right now. So let's talk about the possibilities. But before those possibilities, I want to talk about one article, and then we'll take a look at some options data before, and then we'll take a look at the further technicals. So we only have something to watch for that. Palantir Palantir Technologies director sells 20,000 shares, and the sell sold on 1st of May. The transaction were executed. This is the thing, whatever. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're making money just like you want to make money, and we are making money, you are making money, and so are they want to make money, and they're making money. All right. So now what? Options. Let's go over that. So black line is the last closing price. Green are the puts. Red are the calls. Sorry, green are the calls. Red are the puts for this coming week expiration. What I was seeing is a huge spike sitting at $25 over here on the calls. We do have, we don't have high density of puts, guys. Yes, we have red puts. You can see $23 calls are already in the money, but we have some high density of calls sitting at least 25 and a little bit higher as well. I do see puts a little bit more at $20, but this is more the call spike that I'm seeing at $25. So that doesn't surprises me that at least for now, the price action has been bullish. $25. Let's see where that is. Is this a possibility for traders to make money? Let's mark this $25. So let's say whatever earnings are, but it is loved by investors, right? Or price starts to go up. Let's see in the past earnings how much of the gap up moves has Palantir given us. So this was the last earning period, and so this was the closing price, right? 1671, and then it gapped up to 21%, all right, is what Palantir in the previous earnings did. Let's go to the earnings previously prior to that. So let's see how much move it made there. And this one was 16%. So on average, let's say maybe 21 and 16 is 18% on average. Let's go to the earnings prior to that. That wasn't a huge gap. That was a little bit of a gap. And so it was the prior to that. Okay. But that's when volatility was also coming lower. So let's give it 15% on average is what we can be expecting a move out of Palantir. Because when the prices are higher as well, you can expect much more volatility as well, okay? So if we take 15% as if we have to see how the Monday starts to roll, but let's just say it stays choppy and stays over here, 15% would bring it almost about $26, $27. Again, this is not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just giving you a room that if it follows the last two approach, price can come all the way to almost $27, which is definitely higher than $25, right? So is that a possibility happening? Well, if Wall Street loves it, the gap up may happen. I think $25 calls will make money. But let's say the price is not loved by investors. And well, guys, yeah, so okay, well, let's talk about first thing. If the price is not loved by the earnings are not loved by investors, the puts on the huge puts are sitting at $20, right? That is down here. Now, I don't expect that to happen though. Okay, let's still do that 15% gap down. Yeah, so price will definitely go lower if we do the 15%, but I don't think the gap down, well, look, anything can happen, but this is too extensive. Like, even if we do a gap down that day, guys, we will still be above 200 days moving average in my opinion. So follow through might come through a rebound on Palantir after the earnings if they are not loved by investors and price falls. And then there's another scenario. If price tries to gaps down but it stays above $22.11, then guys, the next following day price will go higher because the structure didn't really change in the after earnings, and that's why it will continue to go higher in my opinion that way. All right, so this is how I'm looking at Palantir going into earnings. Nothing complicated. It's going to we have to wait once the earnings has happened, but I wanted to provide the use case as well based off of the scenarios that may happen with putting together with the options data, how they're looking like, and that these are the possible scenario, guys. Proper technicals, as in the technicals that you would have to trade with, that will come after earnings, but I still gave you the situations that even after earnings, let's say technical stays above $22.10 after gap down, still gonna stay bullish. If we go lower $21 and around $20, then that next couple of days might turn into just a rebound, not an uptrend, but a rebound because of 200 days moving average. And then if price goes up, then 25 high and above, yeah, it may test then $27.54 eventually. So I'll talk about more once, as for the earnings as well later, but this is it for this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.